Attention African diaspora. If I offered you a way to relocate your family back to Africa, live there full-time, get paid $2,500 each month, without having to worry about work, housing or security, would you be interested? Continue watching if you answered yes. We're looking for 200 African couples and families interested in joining our modern African community, which will pay each household in the community $2,500 every month, simply from us practicing group economics, putting our community first and having a code of conduct, exactly like Dr. Claude Anderson, the Black Authority, and Malcolm X taught us. After spending a decade studying at the feet of our greatest leaders and studying non-black communities, I have discovered that the biggest factor to their success is their economy. But their economy is nothing without their code of conduct that requires them to behave a certain way in order to ensure the wealth they generate never leaves their communities. That's why I have created the modern African community, so that we, too, will have a place where we can store our wealth, get preferential treatment, and control the economy. What makes us unique from every other real estate development company is that we are guided by our code of conduct that requires us to always put the community first and practice group economics. Here's how things were done before the modern African community. You navigate the world by yourself. You have nobody to turn to if you get into trouble, and the law decides to come after you. Police can profile you because you or your kids match the description of a suspect. You have to apply for jobs in non-black owned businesses where you are last hired, first fired. You get passed over for promotions and have to train the person that will be your new manager. If you decide to buy a house, you end up being an island in a sea of strangers that may or may not want you in their neighborhood. Your kids grow up surrounded by kids from broken homes that eventually influence them to make bad decisions in life that might land them in serious trouble. If you start a business, you have no distinct advantage in the marketplace. If you decide to send money home to build a property for yourself, you might end up getting scammed by people you thought were your family. If you want to earn $30,000 per year in passive income, you need to invest roughly $300,000 in buying corporate bonds from the stock market, but you won't get any other benefits. Here's how things will be when you join the modern African community. You join a community of 200 plus middle and upper class Africans with a code of conduct that requires everyone to always put the community first, always practice group economics, and always be on code. When you are in trouble with the law, we've got your back to help fight unfair treatment. Police won't be profiling you in a majority African country, and they have no right to pester you on private community-owned land. When you apply for work in our community, you're given preferential treatment. You're first hired, last fired. Promotions will go to the most qualified person from our community first and foremost. You'll know your neighbors and won't feel like you're the only African on the block. We'll host weekly events to foster community relationship building for kids, mums, and dads. Your kids will grow up in a community full of other middle and upper class African kids from decent homes. You will have exclusive business opportunities to sell to the community. It will be like playing Monopoly, where every trade you make will be approved and all the players are playing as a team in order to win. Competition will be against those that are not part of our community. When you decide to buy an apartment from us, you're working with a seasoned local business team and a chairman that's from the diaspora with a flawless UK credit rating that you can look up to confirm. And you'll be entering into a legally binding contract that will keep you and your investments safe. To earn $30,000 per year with us, you only need to invest $250,000. Apart from the passive income that you'll get from the Kio-op-style community-owned businesses, you'll also get all the other benefits, including a brand new 4-bedroom apartment worth $250,000, access to over 200 middle and upper class Africans with a code of conduct, preferential treatment when applying for work, exclusive business opportunities to sell your services and products to the community with limited outside competition, $100K capital you can borrow against your property that you can use to invest in businesses in the community, weekly community events so you can network with other on-code middle and upper class Africans, safe and conducive environment for your kids and family, support dealing with visa and law enforcement, etc. the recognition as being a founding member of the community, and much more. All of this is possible because the modern African community has a code of conduct that requires everyone in the community to always put the community first, practice group economics, and always be on code. Breaking the code means you risk being kicked out of the community, losing your property, and all the benefits and preferential treatment that you and your family enjoyed. You will of course get your initial $250,000 investment back, but you will have to sell it back to us for the same amount you bought it for, and you will have to sell your shares in any of our businesses back to us. This gives everyone the incentive to behave properly, allowing for partnerships and collaborations, and trust to be established, which is a core building block required to have a functioning community. This is exactly how all other successful communities operate. But someone has finally revealed their secrets, and now we're going to build a community for ourselves and finally be able to compete with them and not depend on them while they treat us with contempt. You might be asking yourself, how do you know this will work? I've spent 10+ years studying the great elders like Malcolm X, Dr. Claude Anderson, Dr. Khalid Muhammad, the Black Authority, the Irritated Genie, S.W. Pete, Professor Black Truth, Marcus Messiah Garvey, Cheikh Anta Diop, Walter Rodney, Chancellor Williams, Sister Soldier, and more. And I have come to the conclusion that this is what is needed if we want to be competitive in this world where every other group of people are operating as a community. I urge you to study other ethnicities and races and how they operate. Don't pay mind what they tell you, but study how they actually behave and operate. I'm sure you'll come to the same conclusion. They have a code of conduct that dictates how they must behave. They practice group economics in order to keep money circulating within their community, and they put their community first. You don't ever see them fighting to benefit people or groups that are not part of their community. If I am wrong, please let me know. How does the community actually work? We come together as African people under a unified code of conduct called the Modern African Community Code of Conduct. We agree to always put our community first, meaning we always do what will benefit the collective community, not the individual. And we always practice group economics, meaning when we have 1 penny to spend, we make sure that penny goes to someone from our community, and they make sure when they spend that penny, it goes to another person from our community. We do that over and over and over again until that penny becomes $1, because it has circulated our community at least 100 times. And when we hire our own first, because that benefits the community. And when we start businesses, we agree to sell at least 50% of the really successful businesses to the community, so that the profits end up benefiting the whole community, not just a few really good entrepreneurs and capitalists. When we buy products and services, we buy those products and services from other people and businesses from our community. And any product or service that is bought from outside the community should be self-reported to our Community Business Association, so that we can inform the business people and entrepreneurs from our community to start up businesses that can sell, produce, and manufacture those products and services. If we agree to live like this, we'll create an ecosystem that benefits all of us, and it's something that will also benefit the next generations, as long as they also stay on code and follow the code of conduct. How do I ensure my investment is safe? We will ask you for a $1,000 commitment fee first. It will be 100% refundable for up to 12 months. That commitment fee will be like you reserving your spot. And please remember, we only have 200 spots. Then once we have all 200 spots reserved, we will approach a reputable and established developer and ask them to cover the cost of acquiring land and securing all the relevant documents needed to proceed with the development in return for securing a $20 million contract and being our main developer for this $20 million development. If we fail to secure the land within 12 months, we will issue you with a 100% full refund of your $1,000 commitment fee. However, once the land and planning permission is secured, only then will we go back to you with evidence of the title deeds, planning permission, and the rest of it. That's when we'll ask you to first have an independent lawyer verify everything is legit and in order, and then we'll ask you to put down a $50,000 deposit. $30,000 of that money will be used as a deposit to secure the construction loan we need to get the construction project up and running. The remaining $20K will be used to start and buy businesses, so that by the time you move into your 4-bedroom apartment just outside Nairobi, we'll be able to pay your household $20,500 per month without you needing to work. Once we have secured the construction loan, we'll build the community and ask you to contribute 50 KLs every 6 months until the project is done. This means you will only release funds in installments, making it less risky. This will allow you to visit the construction site of our new community in person, or send your own people to the development site to confirm everything is ticking along without any hiccups. As you can see, we are limiting the risk by only asking for $1,000 up front, then only asking for $50,000 once land and title, etc. is secured, and then we're only asking for $50,000 every 6 months as we make progress until the full $250,000 is paid. We can even provide escrow, so the money that is supposed to go to the builder or bank for the construction loan goes directly to them via escrow if you prefer, though extra charges will apply as escrow is not a free service. How long will this take? We expect the project to take max 3 years to be completed, but we will try our best to be done sooner. Where will the community be located? We'll be able to share the exact location once we have acquired the land as described above, but it will be within commuting distance of Kenya's capital city, Nairobi. What's the next step? The next step for you is to fill out our application form and book a call with us. Then if we feel you'll be an asset for our community, we'll ask you to pay your commitment fee, and you'll officially be one of our 200 founding members and added to a private WhatsApp group for updates and networking opportunities with the other members. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Join the first ever modern African community built for us by us. Join us and lay the foundation of your family's legacy. Here's a recap of everything. We're looking for 200 African couples and families interested in joining our modern African community, which will pay each household in the community $20,500 every month, simply from us practicing group economics, putting our community first and living by a code of conduct, exactly like Dr. Claude Anderson, the Black Authority, and Malcolm X taught us. All of this is possible because the modern African community has a code of conduct that requires everyone in the community to always put the community first, practice group economics, and always be on code. Breaking the code means you risk being kicked out of the community, losing your property, and all the benefits and special privileges that you and your family got to enjoy. This gives everyone the incentive to behave properly, allowing for partnerships, collaborations, and trust to be established, which is a core building block required to have a functioning community. Receive support with legal and private matters. No police profiling or harassment on our private, community-owned land. Preferential treatment when applying for jobs within the community. You'll be first hired, last fired. Promotions will prioritize the most qualified community members, not outsiders. Weekly events for community bonding, ensuring strong relationships among neighbors, families, and children. Your children will grow up in a supportive, middle to upper class environment with peers from stable homes. Get access to exclusive business opportunities within the community, with almost zero competition from outsiders. Buying an apartment from us means working with a seasoned business team and diasporan chairman with a flawless UK credit rating. We'll enter into legally binding contracts to ensure your investment is secure. Your household will be paid $30,000 per year, $2,500 per month, with your $250K investment, driven by passive income from our community-owned businesses. You'll get a brand new 4-bedroom apartment just outside Nairobi, Kenya. You'll get support with your business ideas and be able to start businesses with high certainty of success, as we promise to practice group economics and not allow outside competition. You'll be able to borrow up to $100,000 against your apartment's equity that you can use to invest in businesses in the community so that you can earn even more than just $2,500 per month. Your family will enjoy a safe and supportive environment with 24/7 security and backup generators. You'll be able to get help with legal and visa matters. Your family will be considered a founding member of our community and will be honored in our history books and website, and much more. We are only asking for a $1,000 100% refundable commitment fee to reserve your spot out of the 200 spots that are available. Once we have secured the land and planning permissions, you can verify everything with an independent lawyer before putting down a $50K deposit. After securing the construction loan, you'll contribute $50K every 6 months as the project progresses, limiting risk, with escrow options being available to ensure transparency and safety. Be the change you want to see in this world for you and your family. We only have 200 spots, so complete your application now and secure your family's legacy as a founding member of the modern African community.